Today, I want to share with you a deep wisdom about life. Your life, my life, every person's life. And it's very important for us to understand this wisdom because it is often like a trap that we fall into without realizing it. It is easier to be negative than positive. I'll say that again because it is a trap. It's easier to be negative than positive. You see, as human beings, we are the products of a billion years of evolution. We were cavemen once at times. We went out of our caves, there was danger all around. Our only focus was survival. How to get food, how to survive this day. And tomorrow was totally uncertain. That kind of living, and we have done that for centuries, millennia, that kind of living has impacted our DNA. It's impacted our entire makeup, our entire physiology. It's impacted the way the brain works and how our mindset is. And it has given us something called the negative bias of the mind. The negative bias of the mind is simply the fact that if you don't train your mind, then your mind will always look for the negatives before it looks for the positives. We are looking out for threats without us knowing it, without us being conscious of it. We are always looking out for what's wrong, what doesn't work, what's out of place, what can go wrong, any of the threats and fears that are around us. And our survival has put this into us. But come to think of it, today you're not in a position of survival, right? You're not in a war zone. You're living in a city or a town or a nice place. You have a home, apartment, or a building, or wherever you are living. You're not fighting for your survival. You have enough food to eat. You have shelter. You have safety to a certain degree. So to live with the mindset of survival when you're not surviving is a trap. And we want to make sure that we don't fall into the negative bias. And it is so true that this happens. 10 things could be in place, you won't recognize it. One thing is out of place, that will hold your mind. Now, this may be a good mechanism and strategy for survival. It is not a good strategy for happiness and joy and celebration of life. And the purpose of life is celebration. You have evolved out of the survival lifestyle. Now it's time to evolve your mind out of the survival lifestyle. You need to leave survival behind and you need to move into celebration. Don't think about surviving, think about thriving. How do you thrive? You don't want to survive, you want to thrive. And to thrive, you need to make sure you train your mind to be more positive. That's where techniques of mindfulness, meditation, and mind training come in. That's where wisdom comes in. My name is Vikas Malkani, the Wisdom Coach. I've taught wisdom and techniques of mind management to students and people around the world. And I'm here to tell you that you need to train your mind. If you don't train your mind will make your whole life negative. Your mind can be your best friend or it can be your worst enemy. And training your mind will make it your best friend. And then whatever your life is, your mind will make it even better. If you don't train your mind will bring your life down. It will sabotage all the joy and happiness you have. And it'll sabotage your relationships. It'll sabotage your own personal evolution. So make sure that you become positive and don't fall into the trap of becoming a negative person just because it's easier.